Can you describe the process of dying?
Process of dying.
Yeah, like what happens?
What happens?
Yeah.
So it's like when your house is abandoned, like you see that your house is not anymore, you will not be able to live in, then you just go out. Like the natural death, happens that way, like when body and like you really feel that it's not possible to live anymore, to be in the body, and so it's really difficult to let go. But then some point, like we keep on postponing, but some point it comes that it's not possible.
So is it wise to postpone or just?
Because the whole structure of us, there are we and I and my structure, my body, my mind, my feelings, what I think I am. This whole really holds me. Like, it's for that, it's too much to let go. Because that is what is going to be left dead. So then it's very difficult for those parts to leave me so that I can go easily. And this is why we keep on kind of somehow postponing. Because still, even at the end, this, like me as Ajay, will not like to die.
Even you?
No, I'm just
Same.
saying. And then this is why, most of us, really naturally, all these parts kind of, becomes unconscious, and then death happens. Like for most of the people, it happens in an unconscious state. Because otherwise we hold back.
So how do we do it? How do we do it skillfully?
Yeah, skillfully it's like to really let go. Actually, people who really know the death, like Kabir, he says, "Jehi marne se jag muए डरे मेरे मन आनंद." Like he's saying that, the whole world is really fearful of death, but I really feel very happy about it because I know that, when I will be off the body, that will be my, Puran Parmanand, Kab Maribo, Kab Payo, Puran Parmanand, like that will be my blissful state. So really knowing that, it's, then no fear. But not knowing that, it's fear because then we only care about, about body, about mind, about like what we think I am. I am the body, I am the mind, I am my feelings, I am my, what I earned, on the earth, my house, my car, all these things. And anyway, they will be left behind. There is no way, like I think so far, nobody has been able to bring their houses, bring their, cars, even, like a paisa, with them. So, like when you really know this, then that what has to be left behind, will be left behind. There is no way, I cannot make any secret pocket or any secret bank account, which even acts after that. So when you really know, then there is no fear. But generally, like all of things, like generally, like, if we really watch inside ourselves, I know that everyone is going to die except me. Like, I'm the one who will somehow cheat the death. And so far, I think everyone thinks, but nobody so far has managed that, to cheat the death. So it's good really to know what death is, and then it's very easy to let go.
And knowing what death is that the same as realization?
Yeah, like it's not same as realization, but at least like your force to realize gets like, empowered. That because as long as you don't know death, there is always pulling back. You are not allowed to go beyond. Somehow like the body, the emotions, the I really pulls me back. But once I know that, there is not possibility of me living forever in the body. So then suddenly, like, really we want to realize what I am actually.
Because of having a consciousness of death.
Yeah, having encounter with death, somehow, that really makes you, like the whole force of you goes towards realization. Otherwise, it's like, okay, 5 minutes, I chant, and then suddenly, I have to, feel the fear of my child, then you go. Something is always there to do. Like something more important than meditation, or something more important than realization. It's always there. So as long as doesn't become like most important thing, we really, okay, I will, I will do it tomorrow, tomorrow I will meditate, tomorrow I will realize,
Tomorrow I will relax.
realize,
Or realize.
yeah. It's always left for tomorrow or 1 hour after or half an hour after, something like that.
Is that the hypnosis that we were talking about yesterday, or is it a little bit different?
Yeah, it's really hypnosis. We feel to be hypnotized by ourselves actually,
Mm.
by our body, by our feelings, mind, and what we think I am. Like completely hypnotized. Really, really, no chance to be out.
So yesterday we were talking about the life is death and death is life, like that's the same thing.
Mhm.
Can you talk more about that, or have you already?
Yeah, like the life and death. Like talking about what happens after death, basically.
Oh, I was going to ask that tomorrow, but we can.
Okay, okay.
I was more thinking when just me and you were talking,
Mm-hmm.
and I told you that I've been having this feeling that life and death are the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't understand it, right? Like I just
Yeah. Like it's really experiencing. Before that, because logically there is no way to understand. Logic really like it tells like to your car you cannot make it aeroplane. Like similarly, logic has a way to walk on roads. It cannot really fly. So logically, I can convince myself that I'm alive because I'm talking to you. Friends are saying hello to me. But logically, I cannot convince myself that I will die. The logic doesn't have that power. Like except we see that people are dying, but still it's very difficult to accept that I will die. Like somewhere in very back of mind we think, maybe I will die, but then always we have a hope that I will cheat death. I will be able to, of course, no, so far nobody has been, but I will be able to. So then, as long as the life beyond the body, like our experience is life with the body. With the body, we happen to know life, but beyond the body, we have no knowledge of or experience of life. So of course then, when beyond the body life is acknowledged, then only life and death is same.
So is that why I can't make any sense of it?
Eh.
I mean like there's
Yeah.
part of me that feel like, look, and if it's a story I'm telling myself, then
Hmm.
that's okay. I want to know that it's a story that I'm telling myself.
Yeah. So really experiencing will, like because before experiencing, we have to somehow convince ourselves. So you are doing that, and then by that maybe this experience come. and then what you are saying really becomes true to you.
So holding that in mind is a healthy thing.
Yeah, it's because then you investigate. Like when as long as question is not there, we don't investigate. So it's like like life and death is same, but then you really have to check it out. You really have to taste it, and then you really go for it.
I feel very far away from being able to actually experience it.
Certainly, it's but then even being so far, still when you make steps, it is possible. Like any distance can be achieved by walking.
I'd like to with this body.
Yes, I know that. It's really strong, and strength really gives strength to keep on walking. And yeah, when one keeps on walking, then of course, destination is achieved.
What's strong, that desire in me? Or
Like really the quest, because desires, we know,
Mhm.
they really many times leave us on the way. You have strong desire for something, and then in between something else come, and then the earlier one is dropped away. So I think desires cannot do like what you want to do. It has to be something deeper than desire.
So Ajay, you are then saying, if I understand you correctly, then to try to go deeper and deeper and deeper and say, to know what lies behind the body when that is gone is important.
Yeah, because somehow like without acknowledging that,
Acknowledging what?
acknowledging what is beyond me,
Yeah.
without that acknowledgement, like it's the whole kind of search doesn't get speed up.
Because as I've said to you before, for me, I mean, I have no faith whatsoever that there is a consciousness will continue after my death. I mean, for me, it's a completely open question. Maybe, maybe not. I've no idea.
Yeah,
and actually, I don't really bother about it. Does that mean that somehow or other I'm not sort of?
No, that doesn't mean, because like you are still kind of walking from the side of the body,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, like when body will have an end, like
Yeah.
walking from the side of body, there will come an end of body, but not you. So experiencing that will be the same thing.
While I'm still in the body,
Yeah, while you are still in the body, like you really know that you are not your thoughts, you are not your mind, you are not your feelings, you are not, even the other state, also you are not. Beyond that, and then there is something which you are. So that acknowledging that which you are, so this is like you are walking this way, that I am not this, I am not this, I am not this. But then there will be something which you cannot say that I am not this. And then, of course, then same kind of realization will happen.
but that realization is still happening in a sense
Yeah,
within a living body-mind organism.
yeah, that. But then the like that you are saying that I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this. But then you are not saying that I am this. So far.
No.
Yeah. So like one day that you will say yes, I am this. Ajay, I am John. So we are just waiting from you that statement that I am this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because like you know, like there is like some slight sense that of course like what I know about me, I am not. But then recognition of what I am, like it is there, but it's like, it's like, if I'm touching Aditya like from far, so there will be like, the sense of body that something is there, but not recognition that this is hand going up and down. So something like that, like there is some kind of sense, but not really recognition. There is some kind of sense that something other than what I think is also there. But there is not really fully recognition of that.
Because they write like the Tibetan Book of the Dead everybody has heard of, and they're describing all these things that are going to happen after the body-mind dies. Okay, but from my side of the fence, I don't really. It's sort of difficult for me to have any sort of faith in it.
Yeah, certainly. So I'm not asking to have any faith,
No.
But like
But here's my question. Sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, you just go ahead, and I will.
Well, I'm just wondering. Well, I'm going back to what I said before. I'm not really so interested in this question, in one sense, because, and I honestly believe I just don't know.
Yeah, certainly, because you don't know, then you don't believe, or you are not interested.
It was like I said to you, if I haven't experienced something, or if I can't work it out logically, then I don't try to have any sort of opinion on this.
Certainly, but then, I think at some point you will speak what I am speaking. Certainly, like when logically, you go through, then of course if anything is not within the logic, then it's very difficult to accept.
Or the experience.
Yeah, it's very difficult to accept, beyond the logical thing.
But that's not just only logic, it's also experience. If I had
Yeah.
no experience, like I said to you, I only have faith in experience or logic.
Yeah. So, of course, then when experience will come, then you have to have faith. Or no faith, it is same thing. Because, even what I say, what you experience, even if I speak against that, you will not buy that from me. It will be really difficult for me to sell something which you really experienced. Even, whatever I say, Jandi, this is so good thing, still you will not listen. So I'm sure that the day experience happens, then you are not going to buy anything from me. Yeah, let's see. This is in future.
Yeah, I would like to believe what you're saying is
No,
true. But
I'm not asking to believe it.
No, I know you're not asking,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, I would
Yeah.
like to.
Yeah,
I would like to somehow feel that.
And I also know that like the way you are walking, not possible, like because you are stepping and you believe your steps. And of course, steps are, and then of course there is no step. So,
Is it as simple as that, Ajay? Just recognizing what we are not? Eventually we are left with what we are?
because it certainly is a very good part, recognizing what I am not, recognizing that I am not you. Like this is a good part, that you keep on recognizing what you are not. And then you are left with what you are. So it's really good part. Also.
But everything I acknowledge I'm not, I have to have some experience of it, not only an understanding.
Yeah, it's not, understanding really doesn't go that deep. Otherwise, by now, everyone, because it's written in every book, everybody is speaking, same thing. But then, as long as it's not experienced, it doesn't really work. So this is why, everyone has to go through. Everyone has to. It's really something where everyone has to go through. It's not that one has done and then others. Like it's not making, electric fans, because one person made it and then everyone is enjoying. But this doesn't work in this case. Everyone has to go through.
Everybody has to go through death.
No, through the process. But like it's not that everyone has to go through, because there are other processes too that people really fall in, like the other process we have been talking from Janji that I'm not this, I'm not this, and then you are left with what you are.
Yeah.
So there, death, because in death you suddenly feel leaving behind everything. And in this case, you leave behind your mind, you leave behind your feeling, slowly, like you walk one by one, and then you fall in what you are. So death is not important to feel. That is a process in which death really comes.
We don't have to do anything about it.
Yeah, in the process, things happen. Like, process is, of course, doing in a series is called process.
In a what? In a series?
In a series, doing
Series, yes,
in
yes,
a
yes.
series
Right.
is called process.
The process is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
After, go. After you, I'll go.
No, you go.
No, you. Okay. I feel like I have to become, like, everything that, like, I don't feel like, yeah, okay, yeah.
That is also, a way.
Because it's like, that's not my way anymore, like, it's
Yes,
like,
certainly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So why did it, because like it's still, it's funny, because like there's this, I do this thing where I drop everything and then I have to start work. So
It's-
no.
Because like, once you realize that you are everything,
Yeah,
it's again same thing.
yeah. So, but it's like there's always this sort of working out the two ways that happens in me. Like it's like there's still this old way that,
But then,
Okay.
that old way is will be diminishing. Like,
okay,
it doesn't have any refresh buttons.
no. Yeah,
The way you walk, that has always refresh buttons.
yeah,
So really, you feel dull and then suddenly, the refresh
Yeah.
button is pushed and then you again,
yeah,
full energetic.
yeah,
And then again, this, on the path, this happens.
yeah,
Like you walk and then feel dull. And suddenly, like by mistake, refresh button is, pushed and you really very up.
yeah,
And then again, this is the process.
okay.
Janji.
I've said to you, my understanding of what an enlightenment is, insofar as one can understand it, like I can understand it, is the experience, or the not really experience, because it's behind the experience, but the state of non-dual awareness, no self, outside of time and space.
Hmm.
And those sort of three things together
Yeah.
is sort of our deep, in a sense, the deepest state.
Yeah.
And I can intuitively feel
Hmm.
that there is something there,
Yeah.
and I can sort of
Yeah.
a bit grasp it.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I can go.
Yeah.
And
Certainly.
from that place,
Hmm.
I don't really bother, I don't really think much, I don't bother about this.
Yeah. So
About
just,
this death
not
business.
not be bothered by what I say. You just live your truth.
Yeah, and not bother so much about yours. You know.
Not be bothered what I speak. I'm speaking nonsense.
I'm not,
Like, like just to let you know that it's not far, because it's many people, then I'm speaking to someone, and then that might not be right for some other person. So if it is not right for you, then think that I'm speaking nonsense.
and I'm not saying you're speaking nonsense,
No,
what I'm saying
it's
is,
like I'm saying that, like you should say that you are speaking nonsense.
I just want want to, before I decide if you're speaking nonsense or not, I want to make sure I understand you.
Yeah.
So one of the ways we can go is we can go through our own lives saying, I'm not this, and then we'll come upon something that we are. Or we might have an accumulation of things that we are. And then our body will no longer be able to house us. And so we will postpone letting go, but we will let go. And then we'll move on to another life, taking nothing with us.
If you can take, also tell me the secret.
I don't know, my grandmother would say.
I also don't know, so this is
Yeah.
why, if you find one, please let me also know.
Well, my grandmother would say,
Mhm.
like you say, she would say, il n'y a pas de poche dans le corps, which means there are no side pockets in coffins. And she used to tell this to her sons when they were getting overly involved with money.
Mhm. Yeah,
So-
she
So
was experienced one. Mhm.
And so then, okay, so then we do all of that and we go into the next life with absolutely nothing. There's
No, like whatever is with us, it's like our great experiences, but not in memory. Yeah, like the memory is left behind, but something is not.
So sometimes you can meet people, or especially children, they say things that are so wise,
Yeah.
but they have no experience. So you
Yeah,
wonder
yeah.
how they can know.
Yeah.
And so that's probably,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
sometimes even within me, there are things I know for sure,
Yeah.
but I can't really say why I
Yeah.
know.
Logically, you cannot prove.
Yeah, I just know. No, tells you that
Sometimes-
that'll never work.
Yeah, when sometimes you would have said something wiser than your grandmother, and your grandmother will not accept that, although that was wiser. Like, the children do,
Yeah.
sometimes they really say something, but because we think, my hairs are white, I'm kind of, elder one, so I should not listen. But actually, this is because of that, what you said.
Can I ask another strange question? Much stranger than the ones that have come
Yeah, so
before?
just-
Unless I'm
If you-
preempting someone.
If you give 2 minutes to me,
Sure.
then
Okay.
speak.
Okay, for my strange question. Okay, so my grandmother
Mhm.
was born in the 20s.
Mhm.
No, before then. She lived to be 100 and around the 20s. She lived to be more than 100 and she
Mhm.
died just a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
And she grew up on a ranch outside of anywhere.
Mhm.
And she had the ability to stop bleeding.
Stop bleeding. Yeah.
So she could, and this was in a time and a place when everyone lives so far away from
Yeah.
hospitals or doctors or whatever.
Mhm.
So, and she could also do it by telephone.
Yeah.
But this is in a place where no one believes in anything
Mhm.
unusual.
Mhm.
They believe. So as I got older, I heard that this was a gift that could be passed down.
Mhm.
So I asked her to pass it down to me. And she said no, because I wasn't a man, and that I needed to skip gender and a generation. And I was really disappointed about this, but she also, I wasn't until I was probably in my 40s that I realized she used to explain it as something having to do with her Catholicism. But as I got older, I realized Catholics don't do this. There's no way there was any relationship with faith there.
But
Because,
maybe some cults, in Catholic.
no, these are not the kind of people that I come from.
Yeah, but maybe, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, you, but
No,
you know,
but
some,
it-
because she would have been, you know, older than that. Like when she learned, maybe in her past life.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's how she explained it.
Yeah.
But then I was old before I realized nobody believes in that around here, and certainly there are no Catholics that would lay claim to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that you think that was an old gift that she brought.
Certainly. Otherwise, you know, how can, you know, otherwise you also would be able to stop blood bleeding because you are born in the same family.
But she wouldn't teach me.
Yeah, but you know, this was dependent on her, you know.
But
Maybe
she also stopped doing it.
after.
And I asked her why once. She says, you don't need that. You can drive 20 minutes to the doctor.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly, you know, when it's needful, then only these people do this. Like they, you know, it really comes from heart. So heart also sees, you know, if it is needful or not.
I don't know, maybe she did other things. She was a very popular woman. In the West, sometimes old people are lonely and alone. And my grandmother would be in her 90s, and I would go to her house for breakfast at 10 o'clock, and there would already be 3 people there.
Certainly. Yeah. Of course, you know, when heart is loving, caring, yeah, then people are always around. So we can see that even in our 60s, 50s, you know, we feel alone, and she in her 90s was not alone. So we can learn, you know, a lesson from her. Really to treat our hearts, that our hearts can treat our friends.
Talking about what's needful, like what you were saying to Shelley and her grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the herbalism, that's like, can I approach the herbalism from the same place, like in the sense that,
You know, otherwise you have no way. You know.
yeah,
You have only that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the old way of like
Yeah.
memorizing everything,
Yeah.
and that it feels like I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And is that me being lazy, or is that
No, it's like the heart being kind of, you know, active.
Hmm. It feels really irresponsible to do it that way.
Yeah, but, you know, feels but is not.
Okay.
You know, generally like we trust, you know, all the examinations we do on human body, medicines we provide, but still, you know, even with so much cautiousness, still, you know, mistakes happen there. So I think, you know,
I mean, I'm terrified of making mistakes with the herbs.
so, you know, that means, you know, the heart is speaking.
But I still need to do it. Like I can't let that stop.
Because it's some kind of gift you have. So gifts need to be shared.
I don't
Okay.
want this gift. It
Yeah,
fucking
it's
terrifies
still,
me.
yeah, it's certainly, but it's there. So it needs to be shared. You cannot keep it for yourself.
No, I don't want it for myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to
Yeah.
end up in
And
jail.
only then, that only when that kind of heart is there, then gifts are provided. So it's good time to say goodbye to our son.
It also matter like trusting that this is the way, why it's taken so long.
Because
So like-
it's really to find your way takes
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Okay.
And like when somebody tells you the way,
Yeah.
then you don't trust walking.
No.
Like when you keep on walking, what you trust, and then only you find the way.
Yeah.
And when someone tells, this is the way, you don't trust that. So it's like this is human nature.
Huh.
So really, okay, I'm going to find out for myself.
Mhm.
And it's really good to
So that's why it takes time.
you have to go right, left, backward, forward, like then you make one step.
Mm.
Okay, you have to really sense all surroundings
Mm.
and
Mm.
then you make one step and then again, one.
You know what I found really quite surprising? Is that when I started like my work with children, like I thought it was gonna be like so different. And it ended up being like the most challenging chapter because like I didn't realize how Yeah.
You know, certainly like life. Even like if you start a house,
Yeah.
you have to go different direction. You have to go to who makes bed, then to who makes mattresses,
Yeah.
who, to the shop where you can buy stove, gas shop, like so many places.
Yeah.
So when you start your own path, it's more than, like you really have to go so many places to find the correct, things. Yeah.
Mm. Like I know I've said before that like the challenge of like being in a system and still staying loyal to my way is like one that I still wanna, like it still feels, but it also still feels so almost impossible. Like it's still like
Very much challenging.
yeah, like how can I like
But how actually comes, because you cannot learn how before.
yeah, like so I still
Yeah.
it's still is like
it really comes in that moment.
yeah.
Like some hows
Yeah.
can be learned before, but they are
Yeah.
not so good,
Yeah.
But
No, this how has to be totally
like
in
there,
the moment.
right there,
yeah, right
in the
there.
right moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.